Thank you, Jess. The Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks on the course, ready for race number 7 of the year, and a different looking front row for one driver. Anyway, Sean Sermony's alongside me because Matt Nolan has scored pole position. But guess who's alongside him? The thrill. Bill Hines makes it on the front row for the 42nd time in his career.
And the way this works is points from yesterday's qualifying, points from this morning's shootout combined decides where they start. As the green flag flies, we're off and running for Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks race number 1 here at Barbagello.
No time to settle in. It's go time here for 14 laps of the competition caution on lap number 7. Running on the short course here for the 2nd year at Barbagello. So Nolan leads us through the first ramp. Bill Hines is back to 2nd place now, but watch the back with the fast guys like Robbie Gordon, Matt Brabham and the like charging their way through the field. There's Blade Hildebrand on his first run here over in the West.
Big talk in the drivers' meeting just before this race. A lot of guys say they're not happy with where they ended up in the starting position. I brought up, hey guys, the talent pool is so deep here as we're off in the weeds. It doesn't matter where you start. We're 14-lap race here with a comp caution after 7. Doesn't matter where you're at. It's all going to unfold. As look at way into the grass there is Road Pods. Gavin Harlan as Paul the Dude Morris, the number 1. He squeaks by him as well. We're 3/4 of the way through lap number 1 as Matty Nolan leads him down into the last and final turn of lap 1.
Lyndike Jr. on the back of Bill Hines. There's Greg Gardner on the inside. The R&J batteries hooks number 410 as we're on board with Matt Brabham. Chasing Robbie Gordon, that Speed Energy KMC Wheels and Menard sponsored number 7 to complete the first lap. They're charging for the back of the field, but how is Paul Morris just driving down the inside, elbows up in defending Speed Energy Stadium Super Truck Series champion?
Look at that. Bill Hines says, get out of the way, Nolan. I'm not waiting for you anymore. Nolan gets bumped real wide there. Hines, he throws the elbows up, swaps some paint, says, step aside, son. I'm moving through.
Nolan now back behind Gardner. Look at Hoffman on the outside of the track, but has the better line as we take the look from the Blackwoods drone cam to the top of the hill here at Barbagello Raceway. We turn back in on the corner here, on the short course. Still lots of sand on the circuit there from the shootout earlier today.
As we could say, as now they get into the dirt section of the course here, because that's basically what it has turned into, is Bill Hines out in front. Now, we're on board with Gavin Harlan. Harlan, very talented young driver here, not qualifying the way he's wanted to just yet this weekend. As he puts some pressure on Potts, goes to the inside. Is Potts going to let him go? He may be forced to go wide. Yes, he pushes him wide, side by side, off the Toyo Tires ramps for Potts and Harlan.
Oh, someone has to give here. Potts almost lost control of that Hallmark Trust.com entry. Nolan goes to the weeds on the inside, and we went side by side, but how did we lose a truck in that one?
I can't believe he didn't lose one there. These guys all over. Look at the dude running Potts real wide. Said, I want the line. I want off this next ramp. And I'm going to do what I got to do to make it happen. Hildebrand getting a little sideways there as well. He has now got his sights set on the number 1 of Paul the Dude Morris.
So Nolan from pole has gone back to 12th position behind Brabham and Gordon. So Lyndike Jr. grabs the race lead at the top, and look at the Hoff trying to push his way through with his teammate, if you like, in the Road Pod colours this weekend of Gavin Harlan. There's Morris pushing Cole Potts to the side. As down onto the backside of the circuit we go on lap 3.
Look at Ari Lyndike Jr. now out in front in the number 25. So that's bad news for everyone because Ari's fast. These guys are battling out. It is a wide open 3-4 wide battle here, and Ari, he's just out in front just checking out on his own lines here.
And hasn't won a race in history as Lyndike Jr. He's finished 2nd 4 times. He's led plenty of races, but it just hasn't come up with the W next there. Who was that led? It was Brabham, almost in the dirt on the 2nd Toyo Tires ramp. I think the most racy out of this group right now is Paul Morris in that number 1 truck.
Paul Morris not having the finishes that he's wanted for 2018, and he said that right now he's got to get aggressive. He's got to make it happen. He's our champion. He's our number 1. He's the dude. He's got to do what he's got to do to move up front.
No hashtag dude mower here so far. It would be sand mower if it was the case today.
Absolutely.
At the top of the hill we go. So Lyndike with a bit of a margin back to Gardner, Hoffman, Harlan and Morris, who's charged his way from position number 8 as we take a look at some replays. And Hines, geez, aggressive this year. He's got so much confidence aboard that number 57. Says to Nolan, get out of the way. I want to win here today.
Look at these guys. Look at Cole Potts in the 60. Hallmark Trust.com truck kicks the rear end out. Just gets it together there. Harlan moves in front of him. Nolan's almost in the wall. A lot of stuff happening there real fast in a small space.
And this is just the first 3 laps of highlights we're looking at right now. Potts, man, he was lucky.
Oh.
Seriously lucky.
And here we are coming back down the front stretch now. Oh, Nolan, can you hang on to it? No, big rollover for Nolan.
And a wheel has come off and hit the bridge just at the bottom there. And Nolan, a series of rollovers now for the Heyman's Electrical Clipsal, number 21. And we'll go red here at Barbagello.
Nolan getting sideways off that ramp there. As we saw the last 2 laps, now we're up to speed. We're not practicing. We're not qualifying. We're not doing a shootout. Right now, it is a mano-a-mano. These guys hard on the gas. Nolan gets a little unloaded sideways, can't quite collect. Goes off with about 3 wheels there. The ramp goes sideways. And just as we saw, similar to Dantas last year, you got to have all 4 on there. Didn't have enough time for him to collect himself.
He's in the background, so he's got 2 wheels almost on the entire. It's moved the ramp across the right-hand side, and 5, 6, maybe 7 rollovers as the left rear wheel parts ways with the 21 machine. And lots of damage. It's the Matt Nolan truck, and the race has come to a stop.
There he is out of the car, getting his helmet off. As first glance, he looks okay. You saw as soon as he came to a stop, he put his shield up for a minute. You just hear the crowd round of applause. And there's our safety workers, a bit of a smile on him. So far, so good. But I guarantee they're going to take him to medical, give him a check out here. But a wild get-off for Nolan there as he goes 2.5, maybe 3 wheels off the ramp. And there's the ending result of that Clipsal truck there, just totaled out.
Yeah, here's the replay, second ramp. So he's in that gaggle of trucks coming towards you right now. This is going to be a highlight we'll see so many times. The wheel parts ways, look where it goes. And just gives the bridge a shake. Now, just to reassure people, nobody can walk across those bridges when this race is on.
Look at that wild, wild ride. We just had a little talk about having that bridge closed down. Speaking with the team from CAMS and USAC, everybody in agreement that should stay closed just for safety. The chances of something to hit it, very slim, and here we are an hour later. So perfect example there is there everyone is at the scene of the crash. Nolan looks like he's okay right now. He will be checked out in medical, and there is your current leader, Ari Lyondike Jr., number 25 in the TI Systems truck right there, and buried deep down in the sod there. You see those Hawk brake pads, their rotors, deep down the grass. It's going to take a moment for them to clean it up. Hopefully they'll get on the gas and get that thing out of there quickly. It's already wrecked. They don't need to be fancy. Just drag it out of the way, and let's go green flag racing.
They've built tough, these trucks. They went back to the States for a refurb during the off-season last year, shipped back out to Australia for the first round in Adelaide. That's how it looks at the moment. So Lyondike Jr., the big mover and shaker in the race right now, who leads with the race coming to a stop, and dare say that will be the comp caution for this race when we get back going. They'll have to readjust that second Toyo Tires ramp here on the main straight. Lyondike Jr. from Hoffman, Gardner, Harlan, and Morris, your top 5. Bill Hines, who started on the front row, is now in 6th position. And Blade Hildebrand and Cole Potts, the 2 rookies to this year's Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks, back in 7th and 8th position right now as the Clipsal Heyman's electrical entry gets put on the back of the tilt tray. And a lot of work to do for our team. They've been very busy for the last few weeks with Long Beach and, of course, Baja just a couple of weekends ago. Sadly,
you know, we always want to get new talent in Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks and things. Problem being is you know, it is baptism by fire out there. Now, of course, Nolan, he had raced with us a couple years ago in Surfers, but this is a different track. It's a tighter track, a more violent track, if you will. You can't get away from one another out here. All these competitors are right on top of each other the whole time at Barbagello, which makes it so great. But at the same time, just as last year, we saw Jake Kostecki, you know, coming in as a rookie, and Nolan ultimately as a rookie as well. And at a course like this, if you don't have a lot of seat time in these trucks, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, no
you know, and so sadly enough, this incident had happened. Luckily, it looks like Nolan is okay, and hopefully we'll be able to get back to green flag racing here. But I would have to imagine this is not going to be a 14-lap race. It will be shortened.
So while they retrieve the number 21 truck, let's go back to highlights from last year, 2017, and the debut here in Western Australia of the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. This is the incident that you were talking about for Jake Kostecki. It would happen on the next lap. This was the Friday race in 2017. You're right, it's more like pack racing here at Barbagello Raceway. That was the view from Paul Morris down the inside. But here was the moment of the race. The always evolving number 75 was revolving here in this incident out of turn number 1.
That is Jake Kostecki in the number 75. That truck actually fixed, came back to win 2 races later on in 2017. Here's the view from the Ridge Rider last year, Paul Morris, as Kostecki sticks his rear tire into the cab of Morris's truck and says hello. And then look at the views here. Nobody offers better camera views for Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks than the Supercar team here. Give us some rad shots. There's Sheldon Showstopper Creed in the number 1. And then there's his expression session as he is now over in America right now on his road to success in the NASCAR series. And then there is Richardson and Dantas, 2 of them getting back and forth. Dantas says, I'm not taking that from you. Doesn't pan out, pushes him wide.
Gardner decided he wanted to be on off-road as well as on-road down to turn number 1. It took out his South Aussie mate down in turn number 1, and Craig Dantas, who's watching on this weekend, and not much left of the R&J Batteries truck by the end of the race. And this was the first of 2 rolls. This was the softer roll for the Shannon's Insurance truck of Craig Dantas on Saturday afternoon in 2017.
That was Dantas just warming up. Just getting warmed up.
Bit of an entree.
And then there's Robbie Gordon. He gets to the inside of what was the Royal Purple driver last year of Gavin Harlan. And Gavin tries to give it back to him here. Gordon gives him a little bit of room, goes a little wide. Harlan doesn't quite have what it takes to get in there. So this is race number 2 of 2017. Gordon and Harlan. Good finish there, and Creed coming in 4th back there. So not what you normally see out of Sheldon Creed, but as the weekend rolls on, Sheldon's efforts progressed.
But then we come to Sunday, and the closest finish in the history of Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. They were 2 wide, 2 deep across the tracks here, but 2 rollovers would mar this race, and this is the first one for Dantas, who went end for end. We saw Nolan go side to side in his rollover, but he made sure the Shannon's Insurance truck didn't come back out for the rest of the day. And the pint-sized racer from Adelaide, I don't think he was cheering saying, look at me, look at me. He was frustrated with that one.
I'm alive.
Yeah.
And there, another get off there. A couple more trucks off in the Toolies.
That was Melbourne right in front of our commentary box last year, cutting up the grass in that True Fuel 50-to-1 ratio entry. And then Gordon, last lap lunge on Sheldon Creed, and they went to the finish line side by side. They landed by 22 ten-thousandths of a second in that final race here at Barbagello last year. And then the Morrison-Richardson gate, as we like to call it, came to an end down the sand trap in turn number 7. This is what it looked like side on. This was amazing.
Look at that. And there goes Sheldon like, no, I'm going to be part of this shot too, trying to squeak it in there. It's a Speed Energy truck just in front of him a little bit. Sheldon Creed, the Safecraft Safety Equipment truck for 2017 here at Barbagello. What a close finish. Oh, boom, just sets it down at the finish line. Sheldon's like, yeah, I took it. And now these 2 guys, great friends. And Golden kind of taking Sheldon under his wing as we get ready to go green flag racing back here at Barbagello for race number 1.
And the good news is our safety crew and the officials have deemed that bridge is okay, and we're all good to go racing here. So well done, everybody concerned, as we continue on with race number 1 of the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks for the weekend. Down to turn 1 with Greg Gardner pushing Gavin Harlan to the inside here as they clear the first ramp with Uri Leindyke Jr. out in front.
Didn't we just say in the shootout that Gardner's not the kind of guy that'll move you around? We were wrong as Gardner gets into Harlan a little bit, trying to loosen him up and getting him out of the way. As right now we're looking back at that RNG battery truck of Greg Gardner in the Fuchs number 410.
Oh,
look at coming to the inside. Here goes Morris. We've seen him getting really aggressive. The number 1, the dude, moves to the inside, says, get out of the way, I'm moving to the front.
It's like a shark coming up to the back of the truck, wasn't he? Come out of nowhere in that number 1, and now moves himself into a podium position here and sets sail for the 3 guys ahead. This pack racing in the back with Hines, Potts, Gordon, and Travis Melbourne, who was quick this morning in the shootout. Matt Brabham, he saw it 3 wide. With 3 wide into the bottom turn.
3 wide as Potts gets the Malachi crunch. Gordon's going to have to go wide. We got Milborn. He has to go to the inside. Both of them are forced to backpedal. You can't make up ground by missing a jump. Both of them probably backpedal. So you see how tough it is to pass here. When we're this far into the race, a few laps in already, and Brabham and Gordon are still fighting at the back of the pack, but normally they're making their way up as we're on board right now with the DeVilbiss driver of Brabham. So it is tough to pass out here unless you're Paul the Dude Morris, who has been moving up very quickly here, getting quite aggressive. So Paul Morris, he's into Albrecht's Systems Commercial Hot Water Solutions truck, number 1, our 2017 champion. He's moving up. Brabham makes a spot.
made up 4 positions now, has Morris from 8 up to 4th. There's your leaderboard at the bottom of the screen as the Blackwoods drone cam follows them around the short course at Barbagello Raceway. Here comes Hoffman. Hoffman now starting to push Ari Leindyke Jr. 2 guys scheduled to have their first W next to their name in Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. As Cole Potts fancies a look down the inside of Gordon. Nothing doing at the final turn.
Not able to make it. Cole gets a little sideways here before the first ramp, able to collect himself. Gardner, he gets sideways over ramp number 2. Toyo Tires sending these guys high and flying high down the front stretch. Now we almost go 3 wide. It is Gordon. It is Milburn. It is Potts. Potts not letting them go. Milburn, our fast qualifier from just a couple hours ago, looking really good. The talent pool is so deep, you could dive head first into it this weekend.
Still not touched the bottom. There's a lot to talk about in this series this year, isn't there? Brabham starting to realise that we might not get the entire distance in here with about 8 minutes of running time left in this race at the championship. Down into the infield section. So Leindyke under siege. To that right-hander, he's got 3 trucks all wanting a piece of the action here at Barbagello Raceway.
Right now, look at Hoffman moved into P2, so Hoffman's moved up. Harlan's moved up. Looks like the dude has gone back 2 spots. So Ari Leindyke Jr. going to have to be racing with his elbows up, looking in the rearview mirror. Hoffman, Harlan, the dude, that is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. As they're starting to pull a bit of a lead on the rest of the pack here. We go out, Hoffman steps wide. The 47's on the outside, the 25's on the inside. Hoffman files back in again. Harlan's right behind him. The dude is in tow as well as they all dive to the inside through the grass.
This is great. Hoffman on target to equal his best finish, which was 2nd at Lake Elsinore at the Diamond Stadium in California back in January. But man, he's got some trucks queuing up, including his good mate, Gavin Harlan, right on the back. And that road pod number 55, who just lifts the inside left. That was awesome.
Harlan almost up on 2 for a while again. Didn't even have to backpedal, though. Stayed right on it. Now Leindyke, he has got his work cut out for him. As they get through that dirt section, you can see the truck stepping out there, real loose in there. As now they come down, file into place as they go off this ramp in the ground. Falls out from underneath them. It looks like they've slowed down. So here, look at, we're on board with Harlan. Up on 3. Uh-oh, now I'm up on 2.
That's cool.
Not even backpedaling. He's like, I'm just going to run with it and see what happens. Able to stay on the gas behind Hoffman, his teammate. 5 trucks out here with the United Fiber and Data truck. So this is our mandatory competition caution that we didn't think we'd see after that big Nolan rollover.
So instead of running the full lap, we get him to the top of the course here rather than losing a lap in the race. And now they come back to the green flag. So Ari had about 20 seconds to take in some oxygen. Think about what's going to happen in the closing stages. And we go green again in the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks.
These guys are all so quick. You got Matt Brabham, 2nd in points 2017. You got our fast qualifier from earlier, Travis Milburn. And those guys are stuck in the back. They can't seem to move up. So that just shows you how fast the pack is going, how difficult it is to get around each other here at Barbagello. And that's why we love this circuit, because it just adds so much excitement.
Leindyke from 3 is your leader. Hoffman, Harlan, Morris, and Blade Hildebrand from Yucca Valley in California. That's him in that fluoro yellow truck back in 5th position. And Gordon starting to come through the field. He started from 11th now, finds himself in 6th position. Could this be the day for Ari Leindyke Jr.?
I see Leindyke going down the hill. Once again, this is big hang time. A lot of height right there as the earth drops out from underneath these guys. Hoffman to the inside, not far enough up on him to make it happen. Hoffman now getting some serious pressure from Harlan in the road pod, number 55. Paul the Dude Morris, I think right now he's just kind of being patient, saying, let's see if these kids screw up. As we go 2 wide off the front strut.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Potts out in the toolies. Looks like he was able to hang on to it. Harlan to the inside of Hoffman. Gently moves away and say, hey, bro, man, you're my buddy, but I got to move forward here. Pushes him out of the way a little bit. Now Harlan, he sets his sights on the leader. Our leader, Ari Leindyke Jr., in the number 25. He's got new competition. Harlan has found another gear.
And with a whole head of confidence too, hasn't he, Harlan, after picking up that win at the shortened race at Long Beach just a few weeks ago in California. Now really starting to push, and the dude buys into the argument. Leindyke is being shifted here at the top of the circuit.
Look at these guys coming together, really cutting into the grass right there. They have to do it, because if you don't, the next guy's going to cut it even farther on you.
Here it is.
Forced to do it. Look at, here is Harlan.
No!
Oh,
He squeezed at the last moment, and trucks scattering everywhere, including Cole Potts, who came in at a high rate of knots.
We're gonna have to see just exactly how that was. He got a little bump from Lyondike. Didn't really have anywhere to go. I don't think Lyondike was trying to take his line away. He was being smart going center up the ramp and got into Harlan.
Oh,
tough roll over there. And Harlan, I'm telling you, the kid in the last couple laps found a gear that no one else had. He was about to win this thing.
That went on forever, didn't it, when he hit that ramp? And for the second time, the yellow comes out this race. And the road pod number 55, he opened the door.
He says, roll it over.
And there he is. He doesn't want to get out. He wants to push on with this. He says, get me back on four wheels. I want this.
That's not easy to do.
No, Team Trouble are pretty good back at home, aren't they?
They need to quickly hook a strap to that truck and roll that thing over and get them rocking here. Rolling it over, but with manpower alone is not going to cut it. So Gavin Harlan, man, what a great run he was putting in. The kid struggling yesterday in qualifying, having a bit of a transmission issue. Got that resolved. Did pretty well in the shootout today. Not what the result he wanted, but now he is ready to go. Saying, roll me over, man.
Going to hang on here. Here's the replay looking outside. So Lyondike comes out the corner. Harlan saw a gap there, and then Lyondike, they ran out of ramp, basically, and lucky not to roll it any further.
He got so lucky on that one.
Very lucky. Look at Potts. He pulled out behind Brabham, unsighted.
Wow. Wild ride right there. And here it is one more time. Two of them getting together a little bit.
It was milliseconds.
Yeah,
reflexes would have even helped on that one. And watch Potts arrive on the scene here.
Whoa. Let's do it one more time here. Harlan, real racy, finding another gear, goes to the inside. Am I able to make it happen? Not a lot of ramp, enough to get over it until he got bumped a little bit. There's one father that is in the United States right now watching and saying, oh, Lyondike bumped my kid off the jump. I think it was kind of a racing incident there. It happens, but I guess it's who you are to decide what your opinion is on that.
And they're going to get the 55 back onto all four wheels.
Roll them over.
They're built tough. These Stadium Super Trucks, he'll refire it.
He's fired up.
It will have to come from the back of the field here as time is starting to beat us with 3 on the scoreboard still. Great work by the crew here today. They've been really busy, our volunteer staff. They've worked for it, and already it's just littered with debris. Some fans will be chasing these hoods later on. And
there is Gavin Harlan's bonnet, if you will, Matt.
Oh, so I'm saying hoods today.
You say hood, I'll say bonnet. Okay. So there's Gavin Harlan's bonnet there, and as he regroups, he's coming from the back of the pack, which the saddest thing is now this takes him out of the overall for the weekend, which is too bad because the kid is on the gas. And I think he might have some words here with Ari. He's saying, I'm moving up here. Now I'm wondering if he's doing that or if Jason Smith from USEC and Race Control working with Cams is saying, hey, you did get bumped, and we're going to move you up there. We'll have to see what happens to see if he stays there or not.
So the hood gets taken away to the infield to sit this one out. On our screens, it's got Harlan down the 11th, but as you say, it could be on corrected order from our officials as he cruises away, and I think you'll find he's waiting for the field to bypass him now. Hoffman will sit on the back of Lyondike Jr. Paul Morris, who was 8th in this race, now finds himself 3rd, and Blade Hildebrand looking for his best result in that 68. He was 5th in race 3 at Adelaide this year. In his first year of Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks, the 19-year-old on target here for his first podium. It'll be a one-lap dash looking out from our commentary box perspective, putting some heat in. They mean business as we look from the Blackwoods drone cam.
If it wasn't serious enough before, it's about to hit the fan, if you know what I'm saying right now. So Ari Lyondike Jr. leads us off the number 25. Ari Lyondike leading. It's basically going to be a one-lap dash here as far as the time's concerned. So our final lap.
Here's Brabham to the inside from the back of the field on Gordon, who's in minimal room going into turn number 1. He'll try to switch back at the first ramp. Will they go side by side? Look at Cole Potts. See in the background of this shot. They settle into single formations, and Lyondike Jr. leads us up to the top of the hill for this, the final lap.
And there is Travis Milburn. He tries to get up on Pops right there. Hoffman, he's getting the power to the ground, staying on the loud pedal. And that Live United Fiber and Data, number 47, he is in P2 right behind him. It's the dude, it's the champ. And the number 1 in the 3rd spot. Not much track left to go until we get ready to grab a checkered flag here. Running out of the race as the top 4 is pulling a bit of a gap on one another. Brabham and Gordon slowing each other down because they are super racy with one another. Cole Potts right behind him.
So what a great moment this is going to be, though. for Ari Leindyke. He's had 2 podiums this year. It's on in the background, and he breaks through for a win in Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks in a thriller here at Barbagello, as Milburn decides he doesn't like Virgin Australia anymore and takes out the sign at the finish line here. It had everything, and Leindyke, he will celebrate this all night long. This will be a massive pressure off his shoulders.
Absolutely it will. So, good win for Ari Leindyke. It'll be questionable as far as what the call was made with the crash with him and Harlan. I know Chris Harlan at home right now in the States is angry. Let's just bury it right there.
Oh, no.
That's not four-wheel drive, my man.
Does he know that they're very sandy, they're very deep sand traps here at Barbagello Raceway? He doesn't care right now.
No.
Is he going to jump out perhaps here and celebrate? I cannot describe you how much he wanted a victory.
He needed a victory.
He needed it, yeah.
He hasn't had a win in some time here in Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks, but yeah, he knows he's had the ability to do so. He's done it before, but here he goes. And there is Paul Morris just driving, holding the wheel out. Morris just driving by the shaft of the steering column.
It's a new craze sweeping the nation, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is.
Don't recommend that at home, folks, by the way. These are trained professionals.
Yeah, something along those lines. And there's Ari Leindyke Jr., your winner. So congratulations to him. And sad, sad story for Gavin Harlan, as he was super racy today.
Wow, there'll be a lot to talk about from this race. With Leindyke, now we've been shown on our screens that Hoffman has been given the win. We'll get to that soon. It's shown on our screens above here too. So a change in that. We'll get full closure on that with Morris and Hildebrand behind. Milburn and Robbie Gordon from the back of the field. Matt Brabham fell down to 8th position on this one. So it's happened even after the race. I don't want to be in your shoes for the next few hours there, Sean. No. There's a bit to go on down there in the paddock. But nonetheless, they'll regroup for tomorrow here with another shootout and another race for the next Australian edition of the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks.
So, not going to be happy. Ari Leindyke celebrating his win that was taken away from him by race control, by moving Harlan off that ramp. So he's not going to be happy with that. But hey, you know, if that's how it felt, it happened, and that's what it is.
It's been readjusted again on our screens. We'll come back to that in just a moment, because it didn't really matter in the end. We had so much excitement going on in the lead up to the finish, with trucks rolling over, a couple of stoppages, and high entertainment, which is what Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks is all about in race number 1 here today.
And there we are on board, looking back at Robbie Gordon. Now look at this, Cole Potts. Oh, the HallmarkTrust.com number 60. He gets sideways, but he stays calm in the cab of that truck. And then the dude says, how about a thrill, Nolan? Let me get into you a little bit there. And then here is Nolan's get off. Boom. 7, 8, 9 times. You can't even count that fast. Big rollover for him. And luckily he got off. He was out of the truck and okay. Checked out at medical. But we won't be seeing him running tomorrow. He'll be hanging up the helmet as far as this weekend goes for Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks Racing, as they take another green flag here. So now we go in. Gartner, Harlan, they get side by side. Harlan, this is where he was on his way to move to the front, as we hop on board here with Matty Brabs. Matty Brabs sees Milburn and Gordon get together real hard there.
So we're 3 wide down to turn number 7. It's never happened before, and Gordon had to give on this occasion as 2 trucks missed the ramp, leaving Matt Brabham to run it on his own. It's up to the top of the circuit we went in the closing stages, and then the moment of the race for Gavin Harlan, who was lucky not to roll that truck any further, and the sound of steel and metal grinding down the straight here at Barbagello Raceway. And Cole Potts, man, he doesn't say much of the best of times. I'm sure he said a few words there.
Absolutely, he did, man. Tough rollover for Harlan there, but hangs on to it, back in racing.
And Ari Leindyke Jr. will pick up the win. We'll confirm your results. They have been reset here. Leindyke Jr. has been confirmed your winner here today in the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. Oh, man, we've got 2 races this week, and they're trying to jam 3 into 2 by the feel of it. Leindyke has been confirmed your winner. Hoffman 2nd, and Paul Morris will be in 3rd, getting on the podium from 8th position. Hildebrand and Milburn, your top 5 as they head back into the pits. We'll do it again tomorrow here with a shootout and another race in Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks.